This week at Dreamworld, the park becomes a winter wonderland in preparation for the upcoming Winterfest event. Incredible progress on the new King Claw attraction set to open in late 2025, and even more exciting quality of life changes around the park. Hello everyone, welcome back to the YumYum Report, bringing you bite-sized updates from Australian theme parks, as well as occasional updates from theme parks around the world. Before we start, I'd like to give a quick thanks to Team YumYum for supporting my content. Thank you so much. This week, Dreamworld was very busy with lots of school trips and lots of international tourists. I'm not sure if it's the school holiday somewhere, but it did look like a lot more people around than usual, and it was great to see the park this busy. It honestly felt as busy as it does in its peak season during summertime, and the queues for food and rides were quite long. There's been a lot of changes over the last week, starting off with the appearance changes for the upcoming Winterfest event, which is set to take place over the weekend and run for a few weeks throughout July. At the entrance to the park, they've got the iconic Winterfest entrance sign, which is very nice and very festive looking. There's usually some kind of snow machine attached to this entrance, so it makes for a great photo opportunity entering the park, because it really does feel like you're in some snowy place, and it makes the sign for Dreamworld look really cool as well. Except for a few aesthetic additions around the park in the form of snowflakes and other wintry sort of facade effects. The main Winterfest events take place towards the back end of the park, at the end of Ocean Parade near Gold Coaster, where there's lots of wintry food options available in this kind of little village area, a photo opportunity, and it looks like they've also moved the tobogganing down to this end of the park, in the plot of land where the old surfing simulator ride used to be. In the past, I think that the event was a little bit too far spread out across the park, and a lot of the offerings were in places where foot traffic didn't lead to. So it's really good that they've kind of honed it in to this one area. In this space, you can also enter the ice skating rink, which is in Dreamworld's entertainment venue, and this is always a really cool highlight. I've never actually tried it myself, but maybe I'll give it a go one of these days. They usually also do some exclusive entertainment for the Winterfest event, and these shows take place on the main street and in the Dreamworld Theatre. I'm really excited to come and check out the event next week, and I'm particularly excited to see how it has changed this year after the improvements they made to the Street Food Festival, which took place earlier in the year. Are you excited for Winterfest, and are you going to come to Dreamworld to check it out? Let me know in the comments. And if you're enjoying this video, please feel free to leave a like, a friendly comment, or subscribe for more. Thank you so much. I did notice an exciting new quality of life change to the park this week on the main street, where it appears that they've started to paint the roof covering. I'm a big fan of this. I think it's a classic look and it suits the aesthetic of Dreamworld much nicer than the old version did, which was quite a gaudy, sort of overly colourful red that didn't really fit in very nicely. I think this will look a lot better, and it looks like they're halfway through. I don't know when they've been doing this. I only noticed out of nowhere today when I just happened to look up and see that half of the roof was red and half of it was white, so it was lucky that I was glancing up at the right time. This follows a chain of many quality of life changes that Dreamworld has made around the park, including some shade structures in Kenny and Belinda's Dreamland, as well as shade via umbrellas in Rivertown. And these aren't changes that they needed to make, but I am very glad that they have, because it makes the overall experience in the park much nicer and much more pleasant, especially in Queensland where it does get very hot and very humid, particularly in summer. What other quality of life changes would you like to see around Dreamworld? Let me know in the comments. Last but not least, we checked out the progress on King Claw, which is set to open at the end of 2025, which is approaching faster and faster, and the progress they've made on this new attraction is phenomenal. Every week we visit, there's a massive new change, and it's really incredible to come and view the space transform and this exciting new ride prop up. This week, the progress is incredible because a lot of the structure for the queue area has already started to go vertical, and it looks really impressive. I'm a huge fan of the aesthetic that they've chosen, and up until now it's sort of remained a little bit of a mystery how the ride is actually going to look. So I'm really pleased with the decision that they've made, and it's still far from finished, but I can see the potential there for something really elegant and classy. It kind of gives me like a Jules Verne aesthetic kind of vibe. It reminds me of things that you see at Tokyo Disney Sea and in Disneyland Paris, where there's a lot of that old steampunk, Jules Verne inspired architecture, and it looks really nice. I wonder what they're gonna surround the walls with. There's some gaps where they can fill things in, and I think what would look really nice is maybe not quite glass, but some kind of transparent material, almost like a tinted window effect. I can already imagine how atmospheric this attraction is going to be, especially at nighttime, and if they've got some cool new display that is going to be placed on top of the attraction, especially if it's a neon light, that will look amazing. And I can also imagine lots of hanging lanterns swinging from the ceiling in the queue line. It will really capture that spooky Lovecraftian vibe. That brings me to the end of this episode of the YumYum Report from Dreamworld. It was a little bit shorter than usual because the main event will be the Winterfest event, which I'll be covering next week, and I look forward to sharing with you. I'm very excited to come and check it out. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like, a friendly comment, or subscribe for more. And before we finish, I'd like to wrap things up by giving a very special thank you to Team YumYum for supporting my content. A very special thank you to Koala75, Lee Donald, SWStevie1, Randall, Maloney's Coasters, Carrie Jekin, Kai on the Internet, Audrey Allen, Oogie Boogie, Theme Park Ogre, Jordan Casey, Germ, Senpai's JP Blue Dog, Medic Brick, Movies Like Everyone, and Johnny Boy 175. Thank you so much everyone for your very kind and generous support, which really means a lot to me. I know I say it every time, but it does make me happy that you enjoy my videos enough to support the channel in this way. And for anyone who would like to become a channel member, you're more than welcome to do so. This will give you access to new videos early. You also get a special shout out and thanks at the end of my videos, a YumYum sticker next to your username, some emojis to use in the comments and chat, and last but not least, you'll also get a special custom hand-drawn illustration by me to suit your very needs and requirements. And for anyone who would like to support the channel in an additional way, you can also become a Team YumYum sponsor for a slightly extra cost per month. As well as the perks included in the membership, you'll also get a special animation along with your character. I will animate your character doing a little dance, and that will appear on screen, and it'll be very fun, very silly, and very cute. But if you're not in a position to support the channel by becoming a Team YumYum member or a sponsor, you can also leave your support by leaving a like, a friendly comment, or subscribing for more. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.